Amscha Shri Rupam Rajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratashe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So, welcome all devotees for today's discussion on Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18. We are continuing. So, last time we were discussing the section on Jnana. So, Krishna is summarizing in this 18th chapter the whole Bhagavad Gita. So, already we have seen the work, happiness, determination in three modes in previous sections. Then, after that, we have discussed about the karma section, the whole first six chapters in summary. Then, chapter 13 to 17 in summary, we saw the Jnana section. And Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na Sochti na Kankshati Sama Sarveshu Bhutesu. So, like that, we have discussed the last verse in the Bhagavad Gita. Mad Bhakti Lavate Param, correct. Yeah, that was the last verse I think we have discussed. And now we are going to the next part of this Bhagavad Gita. That is the summary of the Bhakti section. Basically, chapter 7 to 12. And this is the part 4 of the summary. So I'll share my screen. Mm, yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. 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 So I don't have my pen and pencil, the tab today, pen and pen, the tab. So let's see. I will not be able to write much, but let's see if we can discuss. I'm not in the temple, outside. Okay. So part 4, working in pure devotion, 56 to 60. These five verses, Krishna will summarize the Bhakti Yoga. So as we know, chapter 7 to 12 is not only speaking about the Shuddha Bhakti, but it also speaks about the mixed Bhakti. So what are the mixed Bhakti? We have already discussed. There is Karma Mishra Bhakti, where the Bhakti is the major portion and little bit the mixture of Karma Yoga is there. Okay, so that is called Karma Mishra Bhakti. The title of the whole thing is Bhakti. Basically, it is a Bhakti, but the prefix is Karma Yoga Mishra. Karma Mishra Bhakti. So it's mixed with the karma. What is karma in that? The primary focus is on bhakti, but there is a secondary focus on personal, basically fulfillment of dharma, artha, kama, moksha in a religious way. Okay, not irreligious way. Okay, as per the prescription of varnashrama, as per the prescription of the Vedas. So that's how this section is called as Karma Mishra Bhakti. That is in the chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita. Then chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita is about Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Okay, Jnana Mishra Bhakti is what? It's also Bhakti. The major portion is, let's say, 90% is Bhakti. Okay, and then 10% is the Jnana in that Jnana section, Jnana Kanda in that Jnana practices. So the worshipper is having a tinge of mixture of the Jnana, basically the desire to um, not merge into Brahman, but to get liberated. Okay, that is Jnana, Mishra Bhakti. Okay, so This is different from Gyan Yoga. Gyan Yoga also has bhakti, but it is like very small portion, maybe say 10%. But 90% is Gyan Yoga. That is called Gyan Yoga. Without bhakti, the Gyan Yoga will not get fulfilled. So it has 10% bhakti into it like that, for example. But Gyan Mishra Bhakti is opposite. It is 90% bhakti. Okay, its title is Bhakti, but it is Jnana Mishra. It is mixed with Jnana. It is like 10% only is mixture of Jnana Yoga. Okay, so when we use this title, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, so don't think it is contaminated with Jnana. No, it is a personal inclination towards that form of Krishna, like it may be Brahman. Okay, but it's a small portion like that where there is a desire to get liberated also. Karma Mishra Bhakti, as I told, there is a small desire to fulfill the Dharma, Artha, Kama. Okay, that oh, when I go to spiritual world, will I have comfortable situation or not? Or when I go to spiritual world, whether I will have this facility or not? So their primary thing is they want to go to spiritual world. They want to do service to Krishna. They want to do service to Vishnu. Okay, but there is a small secondary thought also that yes, I want to go there, but I want to also have some facility. I want to have some comfort. I want to have some dharma, artha, kam kind of inclination, basically. Okay, so that is not wrong. Okay, that is good. Because why it is good? Because it is ultimately one is wanting to serve Krishna. That is his first desire. But there are some secondary desires. So in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami gives it a separate title. When we study Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, we will learn that. Okay, Sukh Aishwarya Ukta. So Sukha and Aishwarya is secondary inclination. Okay, so mixed with Sukha and Aishwarya desires. Okay, and then Prem Sukha Aishwarya Mukti, and that is called Karma Mishra Bhakti. And second title he gives Prem Sevottara, where there is a mixture of some very little desires, Prem Sevottara. So with these both, Karma Mishra Bhakta and Jnana Mishra Bhakta will come into this second category, Prem Sevottara Mukti. Okay, they will get Prem Sevottara. Means Prem Seva is their first desire, but little bit there is other desire, that is Prem Sevottara. Shukha Aishwarya Uttara Mukti is that where there is a primary desire for Dharma Artha Kama, to fulfillment of their own desires first. Secondary is a desire to serve the Lord. Okay, that is not very good. Okay, that is like Karma Yoga, Gyan Yoga. They will go to heaven, they will go to Brahman, all these things. Okay, they will fulfill their own desires, but very little they want to serve Lord. That's why they don't go to spiritual world like Vaikuntha. Okay, that is very, very important categorization. So there is a chart I will show here now. So I explained what I had to tell about these two types of bhakti. And now I will show a chart which will make it clear how these are different from Kevala Bhakti. Kevala Bhakti, yeah, I will say that also. That is described in ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where there is Shuddha Bhakti. It's called also Nishkama Bhakti, without any ulterior motive. Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam Anukulena Krishnanu Shilana Bhaktir Uttamaha. Okay, so that is described in that portion of Bhagavad Gita, that is ninth chapter. Okay, so that we are not discussing when we are saying about this Karma Mishra Bhakti and Jnana Mishra Bhakti. That is different, completely different. Why? Because there is some mixture for personal fulfillment of desire. There is no Anyabhalashita Shunyam. Shunya is not there. They have some percentage of fulfillment of their own personal desires. Okay, so that is the difference. Whereas in this type of bhakti, which is called Kevala Bhakti, which is described in the ninth chapter, there is no fulfillment of personal desires. Okay, it's completely free, or the worshipper is wanting to be free. They have kept it in the anartha box, anartha bin, basically, and it will be overcome in anartha nivritti phase. Okay, so a sadhaka, the person who is actually wanting to give it up, is also not called as karma mishra bhakta. He is, or he is jnana mishra bhakta. Oh, he wants personal comfort while doing bhakti, so he is karma mishra bhakta. No, not like that. That will be explained now in by acharyas. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baldev Vidyabhushan, Srila Prabhupada, they will explain it. So they are not like the sadhakas who want these kind of facilities. They are not like the karma mishra bhakta who want comfort. Okay, sadhakas want to give up those kind of desires, and eventually in the practice of their bhakti, they will be able to overcome it. Okay. So now I will share these types of devotee which are explained in the Bhagavad Gita in this form of chart. Okay, I hope you are able to see this. Is it visible?
Yes, Vijay, visible.
Okay. Yeah. So this is chapter 7, verse number 16. Based on that, the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, it's a very big commentary that has been summarized into this form. So here now we can see there is first row in which types of bhakti or sadhana is there. Then the second column is process details and Bhagavad Gita verses on that. And what are the results that such a process is going to give? Okay. Mm, Make it little bigger. Yeah. Is it bigger? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So first we can see the type of bhakti is described here. Kevala bhakti. Okay. So it's a feminine gender. Kevala bhakti. Okay. So the example here, obviously the chapter 9 and 10 describes it. Okay. And it is also called by other names like Uttama bhakti. Okay. Shuddha bhakti. Like that. Okay. So the example is pure milk without water. Okay. It's just pure milk without water, without any mixture of any ulterior desires. Anya bhilashita shunyam. Jnana karmadi anavritam. Okay, like that. That is first one type of bhakti. What is this process? The process of this is pure bhakti unmixed with jnana, karma or yoga. Okay, no mixture with jnana, karma or yoga. That is described in Bhagavad Gita verses like 9.13, 9.22. Okay, other and 7.1, Machita, Matgata, Prana, Bodhyanta, Parasparam, all these kind of verses. And then there is what is the result of it? The result is Kevala Bhakti, close associate of the Lord, one will become. That is called technically Samipya. Samip. To stay Samip to somebody, close to somebody, that is called Samipya. Okay. So what will one will attain other than that, other than Samipya? In the rasa, like Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, like that. Okay. Vatsalya and all may not be possible actually here in Vaikuntha with Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. Okay. So Lord Vishnu doesn't have mother, father. So there is no possibility of Vatsalya ras. And even Madhurya ras is very, very limited in the form of Mother Lakshmi only. She only has this availability of Madhurya ras. Okay, so the other two only availability is Dasya and Sakhya, limited options. Okay, like that. And other rasas, Vraja Prem can only develop by constant sadhana and Kevala Bhakti. So other rasas are available in Vraja. Okay, that can be possible only by the practice of Raganuga. So there is a verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita which says that can go to Golok Vrindavan or in the Svetadip of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only if there is a uh, practice of Raganuga sadhana, like that. Okay, and what and why the sadhana? One can get attainment of the Vaikuntha planet, like that, and in the rasa like Dasya, Sakhya, like that. Okay, so this is the description about Kevala Bhakti, which is Anyabhilashita Shunyam. And the second type of bhakti is Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. So this is the like milk mixed with water. Okay, mixed with water. So the water proportion is less. Okay, and milk is more. Like milk is 90% and water is 10%. Okay, like that. So earlier example, if you remember, milk was 100%. How much water? 0%. No other desires. And even if there is desire at the time of sadhana, it will gradually be removed in the process of anartha nivritti. Okay. Yeah. So now coming to the second, milk with water. So water is only 10% like that. Okay. And milk is major portion. So you can see here below I have drawn. So the bhakti is major here. Okay. This bigger box. Okay. This is the bhakti. Okay. Just 1 minute. Yeah. So this bhakti is major and then a small portion there is the karma or jnana mixture or yoga. Karma, jnana, yoga mixture is there in this small portion. Okay, now what is the process they follow in this? So predominance of bhakti with mixture of karma, jnana or other things. So that's why the name becomes karma mixture bhakti. Where is it described? Described in Bhagavad Gita 7.16, first three types. Okay, what is Bhagavad Gita 7.16? Chaturvida bhajante mam, janaha sukritno arjuna. So in that the three types which are described, so except jnani. Okay, except Jnani, all the other three. Okay, so basically Artharthi, okay, and Chaturvija Bhajante Mam, Janaha Sukritun Arjuna. Uh, how does it go? Mm, okay, let me see the verse. Not here. Okay. Okay, yeah, in this PDF only we have. Okay. Yeah, okay. Basically, Artharthi, those who are required wanting wealth, then Jigyasu, those who want the inquirers, those who are inquisitive about God, and there is the person who is having affliction, he is afflicted. Okay, so Artha, he is Artha, basically he is having affliction, some kind of difficulty, like maybe shortage of wealth, or maybe some bodily pain, maybe going undergoing some difficult situation in relationship, some difficulty is there in life, that is called Artha. So these three type of people are called Chaturvida Bhajante Mam. Janaha Sukritino. They are Sukritino Janaha. They have Sukriti. What Sukriti they have? They have pious activities they have done in past life. Pious, not material activities. Bhakti, pious activity. Like they fasted on Ekadashi day, suppose. By chance, they fasted. So it became Bhakti activity. Or they cleaned a temple. Or they built a temple by, like they were doing some labor work and they built a temple. Or they by mistake or by chance they heard the or sang the Mahamantra, or they ate prasad of the Lord without knowing. So these are all Sukriti of Bhakti Unmukh Sukriti. So these people are like that. And then gradually they evolved in their Bhakti. Okay. And they will evolve and then they will become Karma Mishra Bhakta, Jnana Mishra Bhakta if they don't get association of Shuddha Bhakta. Okay. So now, Jnani, this Yoga Mishra Bhakti is described in 8.12. Okay. And what is the result of such kind of bhakti, predominant bhakti, where milk is more and water is less? What is the result? So, Karma Mishra Bhakti, if somebody does, the result is maybe you can note down this little technical here. So, those who want, they can write it down. Karma Mishra Bhakti, those who perform, they will attain the respective desires and later they will get liberation. What is respective desires? Generally, those who do Karma Mishra Bhakti, they want to actually go through, it's called the gradual liberation. Okay. So that is described in second canto, first chapter, Krama Mukti it is called. Okay. So they generally desire to go through heaven, not actually for enjoying, okay, but they want to see what is there in heaven. Then they go through the upper planets. Then they enter into the layers of this universe, like the earth layer, water layer. So these are not just material layers, like made of matter. There is whole planet is there. All living entities are there, made up of the earth element, made up of water element. So everything is there. That's much more enjoyable than this universe which we are seeing currently. Okay, with the Earth planet which we are seeing, this is much more opulent and all those layers. Those are described in Bhagavatamrita, the first canto where Gopkumar is on a journey. Okay, so sorry, the first part where Narad Muni is on a journey. No, no, no. Brihad Bhagavatam, second part, yeah, where Gop Kumar is on a journey, there also it is described, but majorly in the first part, yeah. So coming back here, so there is these layers they want to go through. Krama Mukti they want to go through. They want to see all this, what is there, where, and then gradually they get liberation and they attain what? So you can see ahead it is written. Later they get liberation, like Sukha Aishwara Uttara Salokya. So they will get Salokya. What is the meaning of Salokya? The same planet they will attain. Okay. Like which planet? They will attain Vaikuntha planet. Where is it described? Bhagavad Gita 9.25. Okay. Yanti Deva Vrata Yanti. So those who worship the Devas, they will go to Devatas. And then Krishna says, Yanti Mad Yajino Apimam. So if they do worship of me, they will come back to me. He does not say that you have to worship me Anyabhilachita Shunyam only, then only you will come back to me. Okay, so in that purport it is explained that they may worship with some desires also, but they will go back to Krishna or Vishnu more specifically. Okay. So Pitri Yanti Pitrivita, Bhutani Yanti Bhutejya. Whomever you worship, you will go to them. You worship me, you will come to me. Very simple, like that. Okay, Krishna does not say you have to do Shuddha Bhakti only to come to me. So that reference is given. 9.25. Okay, that was Karma Mishra Bhakta. Then those who are Gyan Mishra Bhakta, they will attain what? They will attain Shanta Rati. Okay, example, four Kumaras. Okay, they attained Shantarati. Another example is Sukadeva Goswami. He is a Kripa Siddha. Okay, he was already liberated. Okay, and after he understood and heard the Bhagavatam from Vyasadeva, then he attained even higher position in Madhuri Ras. If they happen to get pure devotion, pure devotee association, then they attain Dasya Sakhya predominated by Aishwarya. Okay, they will attain the Bhakti path. Okay, this was the second which was described actually in Bhagavad Gita 7, 8 chapters. Okay, which we will see now in one or two verses only. It will be summarized. Okay, so there I will not be explaining. Here I am already saying what is explained. Third is Guni Bhut Bhakti. Okay, this is what is called the Mukti, in which the major part is the desire. First, primary desire is Dharma, Artha, Kama. Moksha is later. Okay, or was serving Krishna, attaining Vaikuntha. These desires are very, very small portion. The example is given water with milk. Okay, sometimes when the milk is not of good quality, so people ask whether it is mixed with water or water mixed with milk, like that. दूध में पानी मिलाया है कि पानी में दूध मिलाया है. Correct. So in a what you say critic way, they may say like that. So this is actually like that. So water is more, and then there is a small quantity of milk in that. So what is the milk compared to? Milk is compared to the Shuddha Bhakti. Okay, this is Guni Bhuta Bhakti. And where it is described? It is described in chapter 2 to 6 of Bhagavad Gita and some portions of 13 to 18 of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. What is the process here? Predominance of karma, karma kanda, which we call those sections of Vedas they study. And what they do is Soma Yagya, like that, going to heaven. They do this yagya to go to heaven. Okay, that is karma yoga, where there is a small portion of bhakti. Okay, a bigger portion of karma or jnana is there. Okay, and where is the destination? The destination they will attain by the process of Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, they will attain impersonal liberation or Sayuj Mukti. So please notice that none of the above got Sayuj Mukti. Even those who are Jnana Mishra Bhakta, they don't attain Sayuj Mukti, they attain Shanta Rati. They have a relationship with the Lord like Dasya Rasa or Shant Ras. Okay, minimum Shant Ras, maximum Dasya Ras. Jnana Mishra Bhakta will have. Okay. So until unless they come in touch with a pure devotee. So they will not attain Sayujya Mukti because they have a predominant desire to serve Krishna. Predominantly what was there? Bhakti was there. Correct. The example given was milk with water. So because the predominance of desire is to serve Krishna and little bit there is desire to have personal comfort, personal enjoyment also, they will attain surely Vaikuntha. Krishna will give them Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. They will be attaining Vaikuntha, but they will be only attaining uh, like with those facilities what they wanted. Krishna will give them all those facilities. And Guni Bhuti is opposite. They will attain Sayujya Mukti. Sayujya Mukti they will attain and they won't be getting any uh, facility to serve Krishna, like that. Any questions based on this what we discussed? Yes, Pratik too.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Uh-huh.
Prabhuji, so we discussed about all these
Yeah,
different kind of bhaktis and then
yeah.
what is the destination. So my question is, Prabhuji, sometimes we see that there are there are many sampradayas and they may be personal, impersonal.
Hmm.
People have taken initiation from their gurus, but
Hmm.
still we see that although their path is different, but still they have some kind of bhakti predominate with them, though the philosophical part of it is more impersonal. but still they don't go there. They are more into the worship of Vishnu, glorifying them holy name. So Prabhuji, how
Hmm.
we can understand? Is it their because their guru is from that path, they have taken initiation from that path, they will go there, or how exactly their destination? Is it personal, or is it because of their initiation and the other things, the sampradaya and everything?
Okay, what is the sadhana you told they are doing?
They may be have they may have taken initiation from impersonalist school of
Hmm.
thought,
Yeah.
but but their inner mood is of more inclined towards devotion. So in that cases, what will happen to those devotees? I mean those
Hmm.
sadhakas.
Yeah. See, it is very, very rare that somebody is inclined to a particular mood, but they take initiation from a place which is not inclined to that mood. Okay, that is very rare actually in itself. Generally, people who take initiation by the time if they have grown up, actually, they should not be children when they have taken initiation. If they are grown up, so it's very, very like rare that they are not inclined to a path and they have taken initiation. It may be like a, if it happens also, it may be like in a family guru kind of thing, it may be. I don't know. But if it is a by choice kind of thing, generally we see people who are inclined to certain worship, certain activities, certain philosophy, certain rituals, they'll get attracted to that kind of society only. Like we came to ISKCON because we have all don't have, and nobody has a dislike towards worship of Radha Krishna, I assume. Okay, so everybody is okay with worshipping Radha and Krishna in the altar. Then only we have come to ISKCON. So like that. So we are okay with Krishna being God. So then only we have taken up the practices of ISKCON. So generally we take up the initiation in such a path where the person is actually attracted to the philosophy, worship, and the and the rituals and the guru like that. If somebody, the thing which you are explaining, if somebody has taken actually initiation into a impersonal uh, like you can say cult or religion, but they are not aligned with the practices of that. So in that case, if they take somebody who according to their shraddha they have a new initiation, then there will be fulfillment of their sadhana. Okay. Otherwise, if the guru is teaching something else and they are not inclined to it, they don't obey it, it may become offense also. And at the same time, they won't attain the uh, uh, what you say, the practice, whatever they are trying to do, more of devotion, they won't bear much fruit because it's has to be ultimately uh, given by Vaishnav Guru. Such practices should be done. Then under his blessings, those practices are done. Then they bear fruits. Okay. So otherwise, they may not get so much of results. Then in the next life, they may choose a proper guru and then get aligned to what path they are inclined to. And then when they serve under that guru or practice bhakti under their instructions, then the fruits may actually start to begin to come. That's what I understand. Okay.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, anybody else has any question? What we discussed till now? These three types of bhakti. Yeah, not three types of bhakti. First and second is bhakti. The third one is Gunibhut Bhakti. Okay, but it is only Bhakti in name because the little bit part of Bhakti is there. But actually, the names are like Gyan Yoga, Karma Yoga, like that. Okay, if no questions, then we'll go ahead with this section which we are discussing now. The summary of the Bhakti section based on the chapter 7 to 12. So, in summary, we discussed chapter 7 to 12 through that chart. Now, we'll discuss the particular shlokas in this section. Okay, so this is 56. Yeah. So working in pure devotion, 56 to 65 verses. Sarvakarmani apisada kurvano madvipashrayah matprasadad avapnoti shashvatam padam avyayam. Yeah, Pratik, do you want to?
Yes. Although engaged in all kinds of activities always, sarva karmani api sada kurvanah, my devotee, mad vyapashritah, under my protection attains avapnoti. By my grace, Mad Prasadat, the eternal and imperishable abode, Shashvatam Padam Avyayam.
Yeah, so as we discussed no in that chart, that those who are the Pradhani Bhut Bhakta, basically those who are having Pradhan means the major quantity of bhakti in them. Okay, the second category which we discussed. Okay, they are Karma Mishra Bhakta, Jnana Mishra Bhakta. Okay, more milk, little bit water. Okay, these people are being discussed here. So under my protection, they attain eternal and imperishable abode. Which is that abode? That is Vaikuntha Loka. They will attain. Okay. How do they attain? Mat prasadat, by my grace, under my protection. Okay. So what they have to do? Though they are engaged in all kind of activities always, okay, satatam, they have to be engaged in all kinds of activities. They may be engaged, but majorly it is bhakti. We will understand in the commentary like that. Yeah. Yes, please read.
The word Mad Ashrayat,
Vyapashraya.
Vyapashrayat means under the protection of the Supreme Lord. To be free from material contamination, a pure devotee acts under the direction of the Supreme Lord or his representative, the spiritual master. There
Hmm.
is no time limitation for the pure devotee. He is always 24 hours a day, 100% engaged in activities under the direction of the Supreme Lord.
Yeah, continue.
To a devotee who is thus engaged in Krishna consciousness, the Lord is very, very kind. In spite of all difficulties, he is eventually placed in the transcendental abode or Krishna Lok. He is guaranteed entrance there. There is no doubt about it. In that spiritual abode, there is no change. Everything is eternal, imperishable, and full of knowledge.
Yeah. So first Prabhupada is explaining this term, Mad Vyapashraya. So what is the meaning of this term? He is expanding on it. So he is saying to be free from material contamination. A pure devotee acts under the direction of the Supreme Lord or his representative, the spiritual master. Okay, so Prabhupada is explaining this verse for Kevala Bhakti. Okay, so this verse has those elements of pure surrender also. So Prabhupada is taking up that part and explaining it for Kevala Bhakti. Whereas Vishwanath Chakra Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan will explain it based on the Karma Mishra Bhakta or Jnana Mishra Bhakta, those who have little bit mixture of other desires like that. But this quality is in both kind of devotees. Those who are Kevala Bhakta is pure devotees, Madhvya Pashraya, that is under the protection of the Supreme Lord they are. Correct. So, and these people are also under the protection of Supreme Lord. That's why they attain Vaikuntha. So that quality is being explained that both are present in both the devotees. That's why Prabhupada's explanation will be little different from others. And what are the further expansions of this quality? Prabhupada says that there is no time limitation for such a pure devotee. Okay, so they are free from metal contamination because there is no anartha like Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Matsar. All these anarthas not there. So because those anarthas are absent, they are pure devotees. So what will happen? They will not be attracted towards material engagements. Okay. So because of that, there is no time limitation. He is engaged 24 hours a day. So this is the characteristics of not a sadhaka of Shuddha Bhakti. This is the characteristics of a person who has attained Bhava Bhakti. Okay, Bhava Bhakta. So Avyartha Kalatvam. That is the quality Prabhupada is explaining. That how they are always engaged. Sadhaka is not expected that he should be engaged 24 hours a day. He can try. But it is eventually seen that they will not be able to do. Why? What is the reason? The reason is given here only. They are not free from metal contamination. But these devotees, Bhava Bhakta, are free from metal contamination. So they can do. Okay. Hmm. To such kind of devotee who is thus engaged, how he is engaged? Always engaged in Krishna consciousness. The Lord is very, very kind. Okay, where is always engaged written? So Prabhupada is saying this. Sarva karmani api sada kurvanah. Sarva karmani. All kinds of activities and they are engaged always. Okay, like that. Yeah, in spite of all difficulties, he eventually placed in the transcendental abode of Krishna. So, as we have discussed many times, only when one attains the state of prema, then only he can be transferred to the Krishna loka or Vaikuntha planet. Before attaining prema, it's not possible that one will able to go to that planet, except when it is kripa siddhi. Okay, then they can go. Where is the reference for this? In fifth canto, Rishabh Dev says, if I'm not wrong, 5.5.3. He says that huh, so deha yogena vimuchyeta tavat. Okay, he will not be able to overcome deha yoga. Means combination with deha. Deha yoga is called the combination with the deha. Vimuchyeta, to be free of, is not possible. Okay, until when? Ah, uh, okay, I will show that verse. So, Mai Vasudeve. Okay, until unless he has prema for me. Okay, so once I had shown this verse, I'll show it again. So, this is an important verse because many times devotees have this thought that, yeah, anyhow, Prabhupada is giving us the mercy and causeless mercy, and anyhow, we do 50%, 40%, 20%, or whatever percentage we may do, we may go to spiritual world. Okay, yes, surely that is by Kripa Siddhi one can attain. But when it comes to sadhana, so now we muchyeta tavat. Mm. And one cannot be released of the material bondage, or we can say more technically, deha yoga. Okay, so until unless he attains prema. Okay. Mm. Yeah. So this is fifth canto. Okay. Chapter. Let me search. Chet. Mm. 5.5.6. Yeah. Pratik bro, can you read the translation?
Yes. When the living entity is covered by the mode of ignorance, he does not understand the individual living being and the supreme living being, and his mind is subjugated by fruitive activity. Therefore, until one has love for the Lord Vasudev, who is none other than myself, he is certainly not delivered from having to accept a material body again and again.
Yeah. So here Rishabdev is saying, uh, yeah, basically these two lines we are focusing. Yeah. Preetir na yavat. Mai Vasudeva. Until unless one has Preeti, which Prabhupada has explained as prema, okay, love for me. Yeah. So until unless one has attained that state, na vimuchyeta, na muchyeta, he will not be free of Deha Yoga, Tavat. Okay. So he will not be freed of this material body till then. Okay. So Prabhupada also in this translation he has written this first part, subjugated by the fruitive activity, basically the contaminations one which may have in the heart in the form of avidya. Okay, so the mode of ignorance or the avidya which may be dwelling because of that anartha, one will not be freed. So for Bhav Bhakta, who is being explained here by Prabhupada, in spite he has such difficulties, he eventually placed in the transcendental abode. Okay. Why even Bhava Bhakta is not said immediately? Why does he say eventually placed? He is so advanced. No, the criteria is he should have attained prema for the Krishna. Even though he is fully 24 hours engaged, but if he attains prema, then he will be transferred to Krishna Lok. He is guaranteed entrance there. There is no doubt. Yeah. Yeah. Now he is describing about that abode. Okay. What kind of abode? So yeah, please. Okay, we read this one line only. Now Vishwanath Thakur's will read. So because this is the Bhakti section, we'll read all three commentaries, Vishwanath Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan also. Yeah, please read.
It has thus been said that the jnani, step by step giving up the result of work itself, and then jnana attains sayujya. Now hear from me how my devotee attains me. That devotee takes shelter of me, even with evident material desires, viyapi ashrayah. stands for Visheshatah, meaning particularly, and Apa stands for Apakrushta, meaning low. He is not even a Nishkama Bhakta, for he performs all actions, even material ones, such as protecting wife and children, as well as Nitya, Naimittika, and Kamya karmas. What is the question of his giving up karma, yoga, jnana, worship of devatas or other desires?
Yeah. So Vishwanath Thakur is clarifying that previous section we discussed already about these two things. Last section, the Jnani. Okay, that was being summarized step by step, giving up work. First, the phala, results of the work, as he is practicing Nishkama Karma Yoga. He has given up the results, but he has not given up the work itself. Then slowly his heart is purified and he goes into the Yoga Rurukshu platform. He starts the Jnana Yoga practice. Then he gives up the work also. Okay, that is after comma he has written work itself he gives up. Then later when he has to get liberated, then he has to give up the process of Jnana itself. Then what will he have if suppose somebody gives us the path of bhakti? Will he attain prema? He will not attain prema. But this person whose goal was attaining Brahman, Sayujya Mukti, by the practice of Gyan, at the end he gives up Gyan, but still attains his goal, Sayujya. How does he attain? So it is explained because he had the small element of bhakti, that bhakti only gives result, and he knows it. That I have to give up this sattvic Gyan, which is under the mode of goodness. Until unless I give up this mode of goodness, I cannot attain Brahman, which is beyond the modes. So he gives up the path of Gyan also. And then only continues with bhakti at the end to attain his liberation. That's why the Gyan is to be rejected at that time. Okay. Now hear from me how my devotee attains me. Okay. Now I will tell how my devotee who has taken my shelter, Vipashrayah, particularly he has Visheshatah taken my shelter. He has not taken shelter of other demigods and others like that, or other paths also. He has taken shelter of me through bhakti. But he is clarifying what kind of bhakti he is doing. He is not even a Nishkama Bhakta. Nishkama Bhakta is who we discussed in the chat, the first one, pure milk. That is the Shuddha Bhakta or the practitioner of Shuddha Bhakti or the Kevala Bhakti or Nishkama Bhakti. These are the names of Anyabhilashita Shunya Bhakti. That kind of person, he will be attaining a much higher results. But this verse is not about them. That is explanation of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Obviously, Prabhupada explained about pure devotee. But Vishwanath Thakur is saying is that this Vipashraya, this quality of taking shelter, is present in this person also, who is having mixture. He performs all actions, even material ones, such as protecting wife, children, as well as Nitya, Naimittik, and Kamya Karma also. That is the one which is pointing out. Kamya Karma is that Dharma, Artha, Kama. Those which are Kamya basically means Kamana means desires, basically. In Sanskrit, Kama means desires. Kamya means those which are Kamya Karma means those desires, those activities done for fulfilling a particular desire. Okay, that is called Kamya Karma. Particular desire is there. Like somebody wants to attain some particular object, or he wants a good wife, wants a good husband. There are particular karmas to be performed for that. So they do it. Okay. But as I told, predominantly they want to do bhakti. So kindly don't think that they are not devotees. They are devotees, but they have a little bit mixture, like small quantity of water mixed in milk. Okay, that's why their name is Pradhani Bhut Bhakta. Okay, like that. Or as we discussed, Karma Mishra Bhakta, Gyan Mishra Bhakta, like that. These are the names of this person. They have a small mixture of Kami Karma. Another thing I would say here, mixture of Naimitya and Nitya Karma also. And yeah, protecting wife and children. So when these people are protecting or other people are protecting, it may be called a material activity. But when a sadhaka, he may protect wife or children or family, providing facilities for family. That depends what is his intention. Whether he is doing it for some personal enjoyment or whether he is doing it for, as a service. If he is doing with the intention of as a service, then it will be falling under pure bhakti. If he has some ulterior motives to enjoy uh, by protecting wife, children, family, all other things, then he will be not counted as a Shuddha Bhakta. Okay, so he is asking a rhetoric question, which like, what is the question of his giving up karma, yoga, jnana, worship of devatas or other desires? Okay, he is not going to give up those things. Okay, he is doing that worship of some devata to fulfill particular desire. But Kevala Bhakta, Nishkama Bhakta is not doing all these things. Karma, jnana, yoga, or worship of devatas. They don't have mixture of all this. Even a small mixture is not there. That's how Vishwanath Thakur is explaining. Let's read ahead. Yeah.
The word ashrayate means he completely serves. The prefix a emphasizes the predominance of service. The use of a word api indicates inferiority of these other actions. Thus, he performs these other activities but as secondary actions. Thus, he has bhakti mixed with karma rather than karma mixed with bhakti, which was already described in the first six chapters. There is no overlapping of actions with the previous descriptions. That bhakta attains my eternal dhamas, padam, such as Vaikuntha, Mathura, Dwarka, and Ayodhya. Note, the Karma Mishra Bhakta gets Salokya. But will those dhamas remain after the Pralaya?
Yeah. So here Vishwanath Thakur has clarified what we were discussing, that there is a predominance of service, seva. That means what? Predominance means what? There is little bit other mixture also. What is that mixture? That is some kama karma, jnana, all those things. So why we can understand it? The word a, okay, the letter a emphasizes predominance. So there is a small mixture of other things. Thus, he performs other activities, but how? Secondary. He wants all those, but first priority is service to Krishna or service to Vishnu. But secondary is there, it's not absent like Nishkama Bhakti. Thus, he has bhakti mixed with karma rather than karma mixed with bhakti. So, it is milk mixed with water, not water mixed with milk. Water is compared to karma, milk is compared to bhakti, that we discussed. Okay. This was already described in first six chapters. There is no overlapping of actions. Yeah. Thus, this kind of devotee, he will attain my dham. Yanti mad yajino apimam. That was a reference given there. Correct. So that this person will attain my dham. Why? Why did he attain? Because he worshipped me. But he had contaminations. No problem. But predominantly he wanted to worship me. Correct. That's why he will attain. Yeah. So which dham he will attain? So Vishwanath Thakur gives detail. Vaikuntha, Mathura, Dwarka, Ayodhya, not Vrindavan. Okay, that is not in the list. Okay, why not Vrindavan? Because very, very, very rare that somebody who is not a pure devotee will attain such a dham. Okay, they will generally attain other dhams where that predominant bhakti is there, but other desires are little bit. Generally, who will attain Vraja? Those are Raganuga sadhaka. Okay, they will attain. Even Vaidhi sadhaka will attain, even they are Shuddha. Vaidhi sadhaka like Prahlad. Obviously, he is Nitya Siddha, he is not practicing. And Hanuman, they will be not in Vraja. Their flavor is bhakti, not that it is lower, it is a different flavor. Just like we have different flavors, well, like obviously different fruits have different flavor, like mango. Mango is considered the king of the fruits, but it is a different flavor compared to orange, banana. They are all good at their place. Correct. We have people who like mango. We have also people who like oranges. We have also people who like banana. And we have people who like pineapple also. There are different flavors people like. We cannot say, oh, that person is higher because he likes mango. Not like that. But there is surely attainment is not in the Vrindavan with mixture. The karma Mishra Bhakta, he gets Salokya as we discussed in the chart. Okay. But those dhams remain after pralaya. That is the question of Purva Paksha, the person who is asking counter question. So will they remain? So there is an answer in the verse also, but he will clarify here. Yeah. It is it?
They are indestructible avyayam. At the time of Mahapralaya, my dhamas will not disappear because of my inconceivable power. The jnani, after many births, having undergone much suffering and austerities, having stopped the action of senses for sense objects, attains nishkarmya and then sayuja. How does this devotees performing actions and having desires attain your eternal dhamas just by taking shelter of you? He attains it by my mercy, mat prasadat. Know that my mercy is inconceivable and most powerful.
Yeah, so the answer is in the verse that these dhams are avyayam. They are indestructible. They will not be destroyed at the time of pralaya or mahapralaya. Okay, but we don't see them. Dwarka is not visible now. Yeah, it is present in the form of aprakat Dwarka. Okay, like that. And if we take it to be Nitya Dwarka, which is the eternal Dwarka, eternal means all Dwarkas are eternal, but in the sense Nitya Dwarka means which is the abode in beyond Brahma Jyoti. Okay, that abode that is never destroyed. The Pralaya can never reach there. So, what is the context of this question? The context is those that Dwarka which is in this material world. Okay. That Vrindavan which is in this material world. That Mayapur Dham which is in this material world. That is the context of the question. That's why the Pralaya is coming. Otherwise, there is no Pralaya in the eternal spiritual world, right? So the context of the question is not that. The question is about this Dwarka or this Ayodhya which is there currently. But after like Pralaya, it won't be visible. But it is present in the Aprakata form. Then the question comes, so, but where are those eternal associates of Dwarka? So they are also prakat in the, they are also not visible because they are aprakat. They are in the invisible form, in the invisible Dwarka. Okay, that is explained in other books. Okay. Next, the Jnani after many births, having undergone much suffering and austerities, yeah, they have done so much of austerities and all these things. They have uh, actually given up all kind of sense gratification. After doing so much endeavor, they attained what? Sayujya. They merged into Brahman. It's like the example is given beating the husk. Okay, okay. Sthula Tushavaghati Nam, Bhagavatam says that they are being beaten just like a husk is beaten. So that much beating, what is the result? The rice is not there in the husk. The result is zero. Means they attained ultimately Sayujya Mukti, no relationship with God. Okay. By doing so much of endeavor. That is a analogy. So at least they should have attained something very great, na? So they have not attained. So if that is the case of a Jnani, then what to speak of those who are having material desires in their heart and worshipping you? They should attain even less, na? Correct. How they can attain Brahman? They should attain even less. They have material desire. They have not given up those material desires. So answer Krishna says, no, no. They will attain even higher thing. What is the higher thing they will attain? They will attain my abode. Why? Why such injustice? Because they are my devotees and they attain it by my mercy. Because they have chosen to serve me predominantly at least. May not be free of material desires, but they have chosen to serve me at least. Hmm. Eventually, they will become free of material desires if they come in touch with pure devotees. If not, also, no problem. They are predominantly wanting to serve me only. Little bit of they have their own personal desires, but still, I will give them my abode, Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka, like this. It was explained in the previous slide, right? See, Vaikuntha, Mathura, Dwarka, Ayodhya. They will attain all these. Okay. Hmm. So that's why he's saying they will attain it by what way? What by what power? My power, Mat Prasadat, my mercy. Okay, that is the answer given in this verse. Okay, yeah, this is Baldev Vidyabhushan's commentary, a short commentary. Yeah, please read.
Now the Lord described the process of the Parinishtha.
Parinishthita Bhakta. Parinishthita Bhakta is
Parinishthita.
it's a new term. We have not studied the first few chapters of Bhagavad Gita, right? So we and other teachers may not have taken it in this way. So Parinishthita Bhakta is a terminology used consistently by Baldev Vidyabhushan to address the second type of devotee who is actually uh, uh, like he is practicing bhakti, okay, but at the same time he may have some material desires, okay, and predominantly he has bhakti, okay, that is the example. And other one can be those who are having Shuddha Bhakti practitioners, okay, they may be practicing Shuddha Bhakti, but yet not pure of material desires, like that. Okay, please read.
Now the Lord describes the process of the Parinishta Bhakta in 2.5 verses. He also performs all his prescribed actions as a secondary interest as much as he feels convenient, indicated by api, and who takes shelter of me alone, mad vyapashrayaha, as his main interest, by my extreme mercy, mat prasadat, attains the eternal shashvat, shash, shashvatam spiritual world, padam, composed of unchanging pure knowledge and bliss, avyayam. The author of Vedanta explains sarvat, sarvathapi tatra vobhaya lingat. The Parinishta devotee in all cases performs service to the Lord as a primary duty because of indications to that effect in Shruti and Smriti.
Yeah, so same thing Baldev Devotion is saying, as Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said. Okay, he is saying that this person, he is Parinishtat Bhakta, and what is it? The performance is of prescribed actions as a secondary interest, okay, as much as he feels convenient. To the degree he is feeling comfortable about it, he sees that his secondary desires are also fulfilled, okay. So he does his prescribed actions. But then this is secondary interest. Then somebody may ask, what is the primary interest? As I told, primary interest is to serve Krishna, serve Vishnu. Okay. Serve God. That is his primary interest. Okay. Secondary is he may have his own desires, which he may want to fulfill by prescribed actions, like that. So why same thing Vishwanath Thakur also told. This is indicated by word api. Okay. And who takes shelter of me, but he has taken shelter of Krishna, Madhvapashraya. Okay. He has not taken shelter of some demigod. So as his main interest, he has taken my shelter. That's his bhakti, main interest. By my extreme mercy, he attains the eternal spiritual world. Okay. Composed of unchanging pure knowledge and bliss. Avyam. Yeah. Then he gives the reference from Vedanta Sutra. Okay. Any questions what we discussed in this verse?
Hare Krishna. But it's not directly related with
Yeah.
the commentaries. Just
Hmm.
a question, because when we say that this devotee will attain, this kind of devotee will attain this kind of dham. So,
Hmm.
Prabhuji, isn't it that, uh, uh, I mean, I'm not sure how to ask, but isn't it that, Prabhuji, the main rasa or the main motive for the devotional service is already inert in the heart? So can it be changed? Like if someone is, it is said if we have that inclination toward Radha Krishna worship, then automatically we goes to that path only, that sampradaya only, and then we perform. So isn't it that way, or isn't someone can go from one rasa to other rasa and attain the different dham altogether?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, good question. Yeah, this is technically possible. On paper, it is possible that one can actually change your rasa like that. But seeing practically, very few examples are there. Why very few examples are there? Because generally one does sadhana which path he is feeling attracted to. Okay, I'll let like little bit break up. There are when we study Bhaktivedanta Sindhu, this will be more clear. Why certain path and why certain rasa somebody goes towards and he is attracted to. It is not by chance or by some other method. It is happening because the association he received in past life was in that rasa. Okay, or we can say more better, we can say it. association of those devotees who were already situated in a particular rasa. Yeah, like that we can say. Those who are situated in rasa, those who are at the stage of bhav, they have a sthai bhav, they have a sthai relationship with the Lord now. Now they have established a relationship with Krishna. At the stage of bhav only it starts. Then only they know, okay, this is my relationship with Krishna. Before that, it's not there. Okay, that relationship is not present. Okay, he is still doing sadhana, means he is still practicing to establish that relationship. Okay, like that. So now the question comes that how one is attracted towards that path, how this bhava bhakta got attracted to a particular rasa, why did he establish a relationship in particular rasa? That is answered in Bhakti Sam Sindhu 2.5.38, second part, basically southern section, fifth chapter, 38th verse, Rupa Goswami is writing, because that person attained the association of similar, means similar in the sense that which rasa he is attracted to now, that rasa established devotees, okay, in the past life he attained. So like we are also taking association now, right? So we generally don't have this in mind that whose association we are taking, which rasa he is situated in. We may not think at all. Yeah, and we may not have many devotees already who has attained the stage of bhav also and prema, because Krishna himself says that it is very, very rare. Okay, sudurlabha, the quality is sudurlabha. And then it is very, very rare, it is explained, bhava bhakti, prema bhakti. Okay. So, to first of all have the association of such a devotee has attained the stage of bhav, who has these qualities like avritkalatam, shanti, and namgane sadaruchi. These qualities are very, very difficult to find in a person. And when we find a person, we are also not that much advanced to seek or inquire this which rasa he is situated in, like that. Correct. So, what happens is uh, unknowingly that sukriti of that rasa gets transferred into our heart. Okay, that's not knowingly done. Okay, because he has a particular flavor, so he will be speaking something, we are hearing something, we will be getting that sukriti of maybe suppose dasiras, sakhiras, vatsalyaras or madhuryaras, whichever he is situated in. We get attracted to that path in next life or in future lives. When that sukriti of many sadhus of similar rasa get accumulated in our heart, then we seek that kind of sadhu in the next life or in the future lives. That's how this science works. Okay, so this is explained in 2.5.38 in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Okay, so there this thing is explained by Rupa Goswami, that question is asked, how is one inclined towards one rasa? Jiva Goswami writes the answer. Okay, so he says that because he has attained the association of a particular sadhu in the past life, Mahat, great devotee in the past life. That's how he is inclined towards that rasa, like that. So your question was, does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji, there
Yeah.
is one. I mean, if you can explain it briefly, it's fine. We can
Hmm.
do the more in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu session.
Yeah.
But Prabhuji, one question is there because we heard that our constitutional position is we are servant of Krishna.
Hmm.
So maybe from generally we hear it so many times, so
Hmm.
we get the impression like we have the personal relationship with Krishna in particular rasa. But is it
Yeah.
like that, or is it just that we are part and parcel of Krishna? That relation, that sambandha is already there, or the rasa sambandha is already eternally present, Anadi.
Yeah, yeah. This I will share this purport 2538, which I explained from now. So this question I will explain the answer. Then we will read this part. Okay. So I'll show this to you, and you can read. And then a part of the answer will come, and then other part of the answer I will try to clarify. Okay. So this is Bhakti Sam Sindhu, second way, this southern section. Okay, basically in Bhakti Shastra we study only the first section, that is Eastern section, which Prabhupada has written in the first 19 chapters actually. Okay, so that only we study in our Bhakti Shastri. Other than that, we may not study actually, don't know when, but it's not there in Bhakti Yoga or other courses also. But it's important. Okay, here is the verse. यथोत्तरं रसौ स्वाद विशेषोल्लासमयी अपि रतिर्वासनया स्वाद्वी Bhasate kapi kasyachit. Yeah, please read the translation.
These five types of rati, progressively from Shuddha to Priyata rati, become more blissful by increasing tests. The particular test arises in a devotee according to his previous experiences.
Yeah, so basically this section is what I will tell the context of this chapter. So this is second section, southern section, where Rupa Goswami has explained the ingredients of rasa. Okay, so basically sthai bhav, vabhichari bhav, anubhav, vibhav, all these things he has explained. Now he is in the end of this in this whole concept. Not in the end, we can say actually in the last chapter of this whole concept, Thai Bhav chapter. So he is explaining fifth chapter is Thai Bhav, our eternal relationship with Krishna. 38th verse. So he has explained these five types of rati. What are the five types? We know Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. In this book, Madhurya is called by this name. Priyata is the name for Madhurya Rasa. Okay. And Shuddha is the name for Shanta. Okay. Shanta Rati. Technically, it's little different, Shuddha Rati, but I'm just saying. Okay, it's a type of Shanta Rati, Shuddha. Okay, but we can take it as a Shanta Rati, okay, for simplification. So these five have been already explained. Now, they become more blissful by increasing tastes. Correct. Just like the sweet rice becomes more and more tasty when the condensation process is done more. Okay, like that. So the particular taste arises in a devotee. Okay. Particular taste means attraction towards a rasa that arises in a devotee according to his previous experiences. Okay. So what is the word for previous experiences is vasanaya. Okay. Generally we say na word vasana. So he has a vasana for suppose drinking liquor, smoking cigarette. Vasana we say. Vyasana. Correct. I don't know in Marathi also this word is there. I think Vyasana. Correct. So this vasana comes from that vasana, bad habit maybe. But here it's used generally vasan in a bad habit connotation. But here the thing is regarding rasa, flavor of relationship. Okay. Hmm. Bhasate kvachit. What is bhasate? Bhaskar is sun. Bhasate means it lightens up. Okay. Enlightens. Okay. Or another meaning is the sun rises. So that's why the word is used arises. Okay, just like we have the sun always present, but it at some time it comes up on the horizon. That is bhasate. Okay. Yeah, please read the commentary.
After the five types of rati have been described, a doubt arises. Should all these types be considered equal or successively superior? If they are equal, then all the ratis should have the same inclinations. If they are successively superior, what is the cause for differencing inclinations in people for different ratis? This verse answers, increasing from first to last, yathottaram, from Shuddharati to Priyatarati, they become progressively filled with taste or delight.
Yeah. So basically, he's explaining the whole section and what is the question one may have as a sadhaka or a reader. So Jiva Goswami is saying that question, reiterating that question that we also have this question as you asked. So he is saying, okay, the question is put in a different way, then he will answer it. So he is saying, okay, these are described progressively. So such should all these types be considered equal? Are these all rasa like Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, or are they equal? Or are they superiors one by one? Because it's explained in order, correct? Like that. So if they are equal, then all the ratis should have the same inclination. Everybody should have inclination for every rasa if they are all equal. And if they are successively superior, what is the cause for different inclination in different people? Okay, different ratis in different people. They have different inclination. So generally we see one person with only one rati. So this verse answers. Increasing from first to last, from Shanta Rati to Shantarasa to Madhurya Rasa, they become progressively filled with taste or delight. They are higher and higher, he says. Who is saying? This verse is saying, correct. So he is saying na, that increasingly blissful and tasty, correct. Yatho uttaram, that is yatha uttaram, as you go ahead, like that he is saying. Okay, this swada and ullasa is increasing one by one. Like that is the answer in this question. So this is not correct, this part, which I have highlighted, that they are considered equal or considered equal basically. This part is not correct. This verse is saying it is not equal. It is one by one, more and more higher. But sometime earlier I said that yeah, different people have different taste like mango, banana, pineapple, and everybody is good, correct. But here it's saying that yeah, one is higher. Yes, like in the mango is the king of the fruits. It's highest in the fruits like that, and most people like it maybe. Okay, but all those who like pineapple, for them, which is the highest fruit? Pineapple, correct. For all those who like orange, for them, which is the highest fruit? That is orange. There may be mango also in the shop. They may not even see that mango. They will just go and ask and purchase the orange only. Like that, those who are attracted to Dasaras, for them, which is highest? Dasya. So, which is highest? If you ask objectively, as a neutral point of view, Madhuri is highest. But after one has gone into a rasa, then what is highest? That rasa which is he is into. That's how the first part of your question is answered here. That as you asked, is it possible that one will go from one rasa to another? Very, very rare. I said why? Because once one has tasted a particular rasa, he is considering that is the highest and he gets highest pleasure in that. Otherwise, we would have the Vraja filled with Madhuri ras. It's not like that, no? We have all the rasas in that Vrajadham. Correct. That is the answer to first part of your question. Okay. Now we will read ahead and see the answer to second part of your question. Yeah.
But what determines who takes up which type of rati? Is it
Yeah.
decided by having no impressions of a particular rati from previous lives, by having an impression of one type of rati from previous lives, or by having impressions of many types of ratis? In the first opinion,
Okay.
absence.
So I'll just clarify the question. Okay. So the question is that who takes up which type of rati? Who will decide? Do I decide? Or does Krishna decide? Or the person who is my guru, he will decide? Who is going to decide? Or any other sadhu? Who is going to decide it? Who determines? And what determines? What are those factors which determines? Who will take up which rasa? Okay, like that. Can I choose? This is a very basic question. Can I choose? That's what your question was also. Correct. Is it decided by having no impressions? Okay. Okay. See, why the word impression is coming? Because of this word vasana. Okay, according to his previous experiences. Okay, a particular taste arises. The answer is already given. A particular taste arises in a particular devotee according to his previous experience. But the answer is not very clear. What is that previous experience? That will be clarified here. Okay. Yeah. So by having no impression means no experience. Is that the first? That is, let's say, first option. Second option is uh, having one impression, one type of impression, like Madhurya Rasa impressions only? Or is it that, oh, one can have many impressions of many rasas, little bit Madhurya, little bit Vatsalya, little bit Dasya, little bit Sakhya, like that, all four impressions he has got. Then he may choose one. Okay, which one is the actual answer among all these multiple choice questions? So, three questions are told. Let's see what is the answer. So, he will analyze one by one each one and choose one of them as the answer. First option. What is the first option? That there is no impression, no association in past life, and he has chosen one rasa now. Is that possible? First option. Yeah. Would read what is the answer?
In the first opinion, absence of impressions, rati cannot occur at all because no taste could arise.
Yeah, yeah, that much. That is the answer. This is not the answer. A option is not the answer. Okay. That if there was no association in the past life, no impression in the past life, one cannot have a arise, means one cannot attain bhava or establish a relationship with Krishna. Okay. That answer is not correct. Let's see the second option. What is second option? Okay, not second. He is first taking up the third option basically. Many associations, many types of association. Little bit madhurya, little bit all the other mixture. Yeah, just like we have a ice cream flavor, na, where we have the mixture of all the flavors. What is that? Kasata. Correct. I don't know. Yeah, kasata. I think it is. Yeah, please read.
In the case of a persons having impressions of many types of rati, a particular rati could not manifest prominently because conflicting tests would result in improper manifestation of
This
rasa.
was, yeah, correct. So if there are multiple impressions, little bit madhurya, little bit dasya, sakhya, all these things are there, then what will happen is improper manifestation will be there. Means rasa bhas will happen. Okay, that means proper rasa will not be created in his heart. One attraction will not come. Okay, it will not result in proper manifestation, but it will result into conflicting tastes. Okay, like that. Yeah, read ahead.
Therefore, impressions of only one type carried from previous lives produce a specific test. Though not being in a position to perceive the depth of that rasa, one can confirm its identity by comparing scriptural descriptions of rasas with one's own inclinations, and by inference through seeing how rasas different from one's own rasa either nourish or fail to nourish the total ingredients.
Yeah. So basically, the answer in short is therefore, impressions of only one type carried from previous life produce a specific taste. That is answer. That is option B. Only one type of association he has got in previous life. Maybe Madhurya Rasa devotee he has heard from unknowingly, not knowing that which is his rasa. But that Sukriti in the form of impressions has got transferred to his heart. Okay. So that is what he will be attracted to, and he will establish his relationship with Krishna in that taste. Okay. So the devotee may not know what is the depth of the rasa. So one can confirm it by comparing in the scriptures what is said, that at certain stage or in certain rasa what attractions happen. Those things are described in scriptures and by acharyas. So that one can see. And also one can try to practice other rasas, and then he sees that, oh, it's not nourishing me. Then he will understand that is not my rasa, but this is the only rasa. Like that. Okay. So this is the explanation of Jiva Goswami. And Vishwanath Chadakar has given little more detail. Yeah, please read.
Among the various tests such as sweet, sour, and bitter, a particular person has a particular liking because of previous impressions, because of impressions from past life of a particular rasa, such as dasya. In this life also, the person has that test alone and not others. By the mercy of a great devotee with a similar test, this is the cause of this
Case.
is the case of for the two types of dasya and the other three higher rasas.
Yeah, so he has given more clarity. What is that previous impression? So, a particular rasa is coming from previous impression of past life, such as dasya. In this life also it is carried. Why? Because the person has that taste alone. He has associated with only one kind of taste, that person who has that sadhu, and not others. Other tastes are not there in his heart. Why did it come? By the mercy of great devotee. Okay. Mahat, a great devotee. Okay, when we read the Sanskrit of this commentary, the word is Mahat. Okay, so the great devotee with a similar taste. So he has got attracted to Madhurya Ras. Why? Because he got the association of devotee who was having Madhurya Ras in his heart, already established he was having. Okay, so now he got attracted towards that particular taste. Okay, so this is the case for two types of dasya. Okay, and other three higher rasas. Okay, basically Shant and Dasya. And the other three higher rasa, Vatsalya, Sakhya, and Madhurya. Okay, this is the case. Okay. So now the question is how to understand whether it was already established relationship or are we establishing a new relationship. So somebody may say, oh, we already were having a Madhurya rasa established in the heart. That's why we got attracted to that devotee. That's why Krishna arranged the association of that devotee. That's why actually we actually are having that rasa now. Correct. And second part, so the other part will say, no, no, it is just a new relationship you are building by your association with that devotee. So that is actually the issue of Jiva fall, that there is a lot of contradictions, and there are both sides giving their own comments and arguments. So as such, both the things we can say. Okay. So whichever suits better, you can choose like that. But there is a clear understanding that a rasa can be chosen here. In the sense what? Not that by our choice. Okay. But it is what association we got, we will be attracted towards that. And then after a little bit attraction we have, we can choose to have that association of that devotee, knowing that, oh, he is situated in particular rasa, or so I want to have a guru who is situated in that particular rasa. After some lifetime, after some impressions, one will have this determination. Oh, I want to have a guru who is in this particular rasa. Then he will inquire with his guru what is rasa, and whether he will be suitable disciple or not. Like that, he will ask. After few lifetimes, he has got particular determination, Sukriti. Then he will ask. Then he will want to progress in that rasa and attain that relationship with Krishna. Okay, that is the answer. Okay. Now, does it answer your question?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for sharing even this
Yeah.
quote. It helped a lot.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll go back to the Bhagavad Gita. Next verse. This is 57. चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः बुद्धियोगमुपाश्रित्य मच्चित्तः सततं भव. Nimai Rajendra Prabhu, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. In all activities, sarva karmani, just depend upon me, my sanyasya, and work always kurvan under my protection, matpara. In such devotional service, buddhi yogam upashritya, be fully conscious of me, chitta satatam bhava.
Yeah, so Krishna is saying this person, which the last verse said that he will attain my abode. He has offered all his activities unto me. Mat vipashraya, mat dhama, which is aware. That kind of place he will attain. This person, what are his characteristics? He is saying, Chetasa sarva karmani, mai sannasya matparaha. In all activities, he is dependent on me and works under my protection. Okay, and what practices he has? Buddhi Yogam Upashritya. In devotional service, he is fully conscious of me while serving me. Machitta Satatam Bhava. Satatam Bhava. Correct. Okay, yeah, please read.
When one acts in Krishna consciousness, he does not act as the master of the world. Just like a servant, one should act fully under the direction of the Supreme Lord. A servant has no individual independence. He acts only on the order of the master. A
Mm.
servant acting on behalf of the Supreme Master is unaffected by the profit and loss. He simply discharges his duty faithfully in terms of the order of the Lord.
Yeah, so very important point here we have to see that when one acts in Krishna consciousness, he does not act as the master of the world. Why Prabhupada is saying this point? Because here it's told Sarva Karmani Mai Sanyasya. For all his activities, he just depends upon me. And how does he work? He works under my protection. Okay, so Prabhupada is explaining this part that he is dependent, my sanyasya, on me. What kind of example Prabhupada is giving? How he is dependent? Just like a servant is dependent on his master. Okay, he is dependent on his master for food. He is dependent on his master for what kind of work he will do. He is dependent on his master for remuneration. Oh, correct. For everything. Okay. For his schedule, everything he is dependent on his master. Correct. When he will sleep, when he will wake up, everything his master is saying like that. He is saying. A servant has no individual independence. Okay. He acts only on the order of master. Okay. A servant acting on behalf of Supreme Master, that is Krishna, is unaffected by profit and loss. The same thing with Krishna, with Arjuna actually. Krishna told that if you work on my behalf, kill on my behalf, sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. Then I will remove all the sins or all the bad things, karma, which are there. All that I will remove. Don't worry. Like that Krishna is saying. Why? Why did Krishna promise it? Because he told that I will give you all protection. Why? Because Arjuna is saying, I will work as you direct. Okay, I will do as you say. So Krishna is taking that as a promise, and then he is promising himself that I will remove all the bad karma or sins which were there. So as an example, he is taking Arjuna is Nitya Siddha, obviously. So he is teaching us with that example, and that Prabhupada is saying that same principle here. Okay, so a servant acting on behalf of the Supreme Master is unaffected by profit and loss. Just like Prabhupada gives many times this example, if army person kills the other enemy party, somebody, he is not hanged. Okay, because he is acting on behalf of the government. Similarly, here also. He simply discharges his duty faithfully in terms of the order. So, a army person cannot say that, see, I killed that person, even though you are not given order, no problem. But I am working on your behalf. Government will say, Arey, first we have to give you order na, to kill that person, kill the enemy, go for war. Without us telling that you go for war, you went for war. And you are saying that you are working under us. So that does not happen. Similarly, Krishna will say, if we don't work under his order, Krishna will say, Arey, where did I tell you to do these things? Okay, I told you, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prachiti, offer me these things only. Then you are going and offering me something else. So, working under somebody's order means we have to follow his directions also. So, now Prabhupada will say, where are his directions given? Yeah, please read.
Now, one may argue that Arjun was acting under the personal direction of Krishna, but when Krishna is not present, how should one act? If one acts according to the direction of Krishna in this book, as well as under the guidance of the representative of Krishna, then the result will be the same. The Sanskrit word matpara is very important in this verse. It indicates that one has no goal in life save and except acting in Krishna consciousness just to satisfy Krishna. And
Yeah.
while working in that way, one should
Mm,
think of Krishna only. I
mm.
have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna.
Yeah, see, very important what Prabhupada is saying. Where are the directions of Krishna given? He is saying direction of Krishna is given in this book. Obviously, not only Bhagavad Gita, he is just saying a book like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. These are the where instructions are given. And also, he is saying one more important thing, as well as under the direct guidance of a representative of Krishna, like Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, or their representatives. Then the result will be same. Now, whoever is this guide, whoever is guiding, sometimes if we are neglectful, then we will not be able to identify whether this guidance is based on this book. Okay, direction is given in the book. Whether that guide is also guiding us from the book or he is guiding from somewhere else. That also is important. Okay, otherwise Prabhupada would have told that yeah, book is not important, just the guide is enough. Okay, it's not like that. Here he is saying first thing, the direction is given in the book. The guide also should know what is in the book. Then he should give direction according to the book only. Okay, that is the point. And another thing, here previously what Prabhupada said that how one will be able to overcome is uh, basically the bad karma and all the other things by giving up his individual independence. So, what is the meaning of this individual independence? Just like a person has a birth chart, he has taken birth in a particular time, place, and date. Okay, so according to that, the grahas are there and they are giving him the push accordingly to work in particular mode and in particular way. Correct. But when one has taken a sankalpa to abide by Krishna's order or taken initiation, or he has thought now that I will work under direction of certain personality, like it may be Krishna or his instructions, or it may be Krishna's instructions followed by authority who are giving us instructions. Then one has chosen to give up his independence and abide by the instructions of that book or that person. Then we change our karma. Then we no longer are actually following the directions and pushes of the planets by the graha. Okay, that's why Prahlad is said Krishna Graha Grihitatma. He is completely engulfed by one Graha called Krishna. That's why Vyasdev is saying him as Krishna Graha Grihitatma. Narad Muni actually. Yeah, Vyasdev is writing it. So Krishna Graha Grihitatma he is. Similarly, a sadhaka also or a person who has attained Bhava Prema, they are not having this any bad karma now, because they have given up their independence to work directly under Krishna's or their representative instructions. They have taken initiation and they have vowed to chant 16 rounds and follow four regulative principles. They are giving up their own individual independence, and then they are able to overcome their karma. That's why Krishna is taking up their karma and nullifying it. That's why it said in Bhakti in Brahma Samhita that karmani nirdahati kintucha bhakti bhajam. Those who are practicing devotional service, bhakti bhajam. Okay, they are doing bhajana. For them, karmani nirdahati. That will be completely burnt. Why? Because they have chosen to give up their independence and work according to particular set of instructions given by Krishna or their representative. Then only it will work. But if one is careless and working under some representative which is who is giving direction according to their own mind, not according to the book, then it's doubtful whether he will be able to overcome the karma, bad karma. Okay, that is the point. Okay. Yeah, please read on.
While acting in such a way, one naturally has to think of Krishna. This is perfect Krishna consciousness. One should, however, note that after doing something whimsically, he should not offer the result to the Supreme Lord. That sort of duty is not in the devotional service of Krishna consciousness. One should act according to the order of Krishna. This is a very important point. That order of Krishna comes through disciplic succession from the bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, the spiritual master's order should be taken as the prime duty of life. If one gets a bona fide spiritual master and acts according to his direction, then one's perfection of life in Krishna consciousness is guaranteed.
Yeah, so same thing Prabhupada is saying, as we were discussing, while acting in this way, one naturally has to think of Krishna, and then one should not do something whimsical. He should not bring some non-veg item or bring something with onion, garlic and offer it to Krishna. Krishna will not accept it whimsically. Okay. So any sort of duty that is not in devotional service, that will not be accepted because it's not given directions as per the book Bhagavad Gita or by the representative of Krishna, like that. Okay. So one should act according to the order of Krishna. This is very important point. Okay, this I am not saying, Prabhupada is saying. This is a very important point. And then what he is saying, that order of Krishna comes through disciplic succession from bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, the spiritual master order should be taken as the prime duty of life, the Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. And if not directly through Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, then their representatives will give, or whoever is our guide, mentor, they will give. But it all depends on the route, whether the book is being followed. Okay. Yeah. If one gets a bona fide spiritual master, then one acts according to his direction, one will attain perfection. Then it is guaranteed. Okay. And if we ourselves don't read the book, we ourselves don't know what are the instructions given in such book, then whether that guide is giving that instruction as per the book or not, we ourselves will not know. Okay. And many times we can ask also if we don't know that whether it is given in the book, that's not a problem. But we can try our best to read Bhagavad Gita, read Srimad Bhagavatam, and understand ourselves what are the instructions given, where it is given. Okay. Otherwise, there is always a chance of misdirection. Yeah. Please read.
Now what are you indicating to me particularly? Am I an Ananya Bhakta or am I the Sakam Bhakta just mentioned by you? You do not have the strength to become the most excellent Ananya Bhakta, and you should not be the Sakam Bhakta, the lowest among all the devotees. Therefore, be a Madhyama devotee, a devotee intermediate between these two. While offering to me all of your occupational activities and your duties of ashrama, you whose goal of life is only to attain me, matparaha, in other words, being nishkama, remember me always, mat chitta bhava. While doing those activities and at any other time also, satatam, being endowed with fixed intelligence, vyavasayatmika buddhi yogam upasritya.
Yeah. So now Vishwanath Chadakur is explaining. Okay, this if you remember last verse we discussed, it was not about a pure devotee. According to Vishwanath Chadakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan, it's about the devotee who is having a mixture of little bit personal desires and more of service to Krishna, the primary desire, but little bit there is secondary desire of their own dharma, artha, kama, like that. Okay. Now he is saying the question, the counter argument. Now, what you are indicating to me particularly, Arjuna is saying like this. Am I an Ananya Bhakta? Or am I the Sakam Bhakta just mentioned by you, means previous verse? Who am I? In which category do I fall? So Krishna is indicating the answer by taking the example of Arjuna. Not that Arjuna is this, he is Madhyama Bhakta. But he is saying, addressing the Madhyama devotee through this verse, who is synchronizing or in sync with this verse. Okay, he identifies, oh, this is talking about me. I have little bit desire for fulfilling my personal comforts and all these things, but more I want to serve Krishna only. But little bit I have that. So he understands, oh, this is about me. By the example of Arjuna, not that Arjuna is this person. Okay, what is the answer? Krishna says, you do not have the strength to become most excellent Ananya Bhakta, Kevala Bhakta, Nishkama Bhakta. And you should not be Sakama Bhakta. Means like milk with water. More water, little bit milk. You should not be that. The lowest among all the devotees. Now that is lowest among devotees. Huh? Among the devotees only it comes. But lowest. Okay, little bit milk at least he has. Therefore, be a Madhyama devotee, a intermediate. That's why we had three categories in the chart. First was Shuddha Bhakta, only milk. Okay, last was more water, little milk. In between was more milk, little bit water. That is more bhakti, little bit mixture of karma, jnana, like that. Therefore, by Madhyama devotee, intermediate, be a Madhyama devotee. That's why Krishna is saying, Arjuna, become a Madhyama devotee because you have this nature of fulfilling your desires, dharma, artha, kama, and you don't want to give it up. Okay, he is not like a Shuddha practitioner of Shuddha Bhakti who wants to give it up also. Okay, he is not in that category. While offering to me all your occupational activities and your duties. Okay, so this he is basically saying yat karoshi yad ashnasi yat kuryosi dadasi yat tapasyasi konteya tat kurushva madarpana. Whatever you do, offer it to me. You want to do something for your sense gratification also, right? You want to fulfill that desire, right? Offer it to me, no problem. Okay, but 10% you want to do it only, right? You do it, but offer it to me, no problem. Okay, why this verse I quoted? He is saying in the next, yeah, sleep.
The
Read.
Lord has the Lord has previously said the same. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi konteya tat kurushma darpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you sacrifice, whatever you give, whatever austerity you perform, offer it to me, O son of Kunti. Bhagavad Gita 9 chapter 27th verse.
No, that's why he's saying, yeah. So you want to do something for your sense gratification also, right? You want to eat something also which is for your sense gratification. You may want to do some sacrifice for your comfort, for your something. Yeah, no problem. Do it. Okay. Predominantly, anyhow, you're doing my bhakti. This little bit you want to do, please do, no problem. But do it as an offering to me. Offer it to me, like that he's saying. Yeah. Okay. Please read Baldev Vidyabhushan's commentary.
This continues the description of the Parinishta Bhakta. Because you have such a nature, having offered sannyasa, all your prescribed activities to me, your master, with consciousness devoid of the concept of being the doer, chetasa, taking me along as the one goal, matpara, taking shelter of alone me, of buddhi yoga, be conscious of me, mat chitta, while performing your actions, satatam. Note, the implication seems to be that the goal of spiritual intelligence, buddhi yoga, is exclusive surrender to the Lord. As I have already said this to you before, with the words Yat Karoshi Yadashnasi, Bhagavad Gita 9.27, having offered the activities to me, you do those activities rather than doing them and then offering them. Note, to do the activities and then offer them is Karma Yoga.
Yeah, so again, Baldev Vidyabhushan also is clarifying this Parinishta Bhakta. Who is he? He has little bit desire of sense gratification, which he does not want to give up, but he has more desire of serving Krishna only. For this person, this verse is spoken. You have such a nature, no problem. Do it, but offer it to me. And the reference is Yat Karoshi Yadashnasi. Okay, and a very important point. But how you should do it? Baldev Vidyabhushan is clarifying. Vishwanath Thakur did not say, but he is clarifying that, oh, you should do it how? First, you should offer it, then do. Okay. First, do the do offering to me of this activity before starting the activity, and then do the activity instead of doing the other way. First doing it, and then whatever result comes, you offer it to me. Okay, that is karma yoga. That you should not do. Okay. Any questions what we discussed till now in this verse? Okay, we'll go ahead to the next verse. 58. Macchittah sarva durgani matprasadat tarishyasi atha chetvam ahankaran nasroshyasi vin vinangshasi. Yeah. Himanshu, bro, you want to read?
So if you become conscious of me, Machitta, you will pass over Tarisyasi, all the obstacles of conditioned life, Sarvadurgani, by my grace, Mat Prasadat. But if due to false ego, Ankarat, you do not hear me, Nasroshyasi, you will be lost, Vinan Yash Stretch.
Hmm. Yeah, so now Krishna is saying a warning. So, if you become conscious of me, you will pass over the conditioned life and attain the Vaikuntha planet, Ayodhya, Dwarka, Mathura, all these things were said na, earlier. That thing you will attain and overcome all this Durga. Durga means a fort, which is very difficult to cross over. Correct? Like that. You will be able to cross over it by my grace, Mat Prasadat, even though you may have some personal desires of fulfilling your sense gratification. Okay, do your offering to me and I will take care. You will overcome your false ego and I will liberate you. Like that, Krishna is saying for this devotee also. Okay, yeah, Prabhupada is not there. Yeah, please read. Oh, yeah, it's there. It's there. Yeah, please read.
Person in full Krishna consciousness is not unduly anxious about executing the duties of his existence. The foolish cannot understand this great freedom from all anxiety. For one who acts in Krishna consciousness, Lord Krishna becomes the most intimate friend. He always looks after his friend's comfort and he gives himself to his friend, who is so devotedly engaged working 24 hours a day to please the Lord. Therefore, no one should be carried away by the false ego of the bodily conception of life.
Yeah, so as Prabhupada previously told, this is about a pure devotee. And here he continues, who is in full Krishna consciousness. Okay, such a great devotee, he is not foolish and he will not, the foolish cannot understand this great freedom from all anxiety. So he is saying that for one who acts in Krishna consciousness as a devotee, Lord becomes the most intimate friend and he takes care of his friend's comfort, all these things he is saying. Yeah. Yeah. And then this word false ego, ahankar, was there in the verse. So he is explaining about that word false ego. No one should be carried away by false ego. Okay. Of bodily concept of life. Yeah. Please read.
One should not falsely think himself independent of the laws of material nature or free to act. He is already under strict material laws. But as soon as he acts in Krishna consciousness, he is liberated, free from the material perplexities. One should note very carefully that one who is not active in Krishna consciousness is losing himself in the material whirlpool, in the ocean of birth and death. No conditioned soul actually knows what is to be done and what is not to be done. But a person who acts in Krishna consciousness is free to act because everything is prompted by Krishna from within and confirmed by the spiritual master.
Yeah. So no conditioned soul actually knows what is exactly to be done, what is not to be done. Yeah. But a person in Krishna consciousness is free to act. Obviously, last purport, Prabhupada told no one is independent to act, and everybody should act under the direction of Krishna as per this book or the direction of the spiritual master or their representative. He told nobody is free to act. Here he is saying everybody is free to act, but we have to understand he is free to act as per the book. Okay. He is free to act as per the instruction of the spiritual master, Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, or their representatives. And because he is saying, and those who are advanced, like those who attain the stage of Bhava Prema, okay, I don't know exactly what advancement Prabhupada is talking, but here at least he is saying those who are sufficiently advanced to get the instructions from Krishna within. Okay, that's not a very easier stage actually. It's mostly our Bhava and Prema. I don't know exactly where it comes, but yeah, not for a sadhaka. So even actually one pastime is there when Prabhupada was told by one of his disciples that you came into my dream, Prabhupada, and you told not to chant 16 rounds. He told that was Maya, actually, who came in your dream. It was not me. So he told that somebody, even spiritual personality, may come in your dream, but giving instructions not as per the book or not as per the instructions of previous acharyas, then it is not me. He's saying. Okay. So like that. So to get instructions from within is very higher stage. Okay, like that. Mm, okay. Yeah. Please read this while they read the questions.
Thus
Comment.
with the thus with the consciousness fixed in me, by my mercy alone, you will cross over all the sufferings of samsara, which is difficult to cross. Sarva Durgani. One should not worry about this. I, the friend of my devotee, will remove all those sufferings, and I will give myself to that devotee. Thus, the method of practice and attainment for the Parinishta Nishita Nishita Bhakti has been stated. But if you do not hear what I have said out of thinking that you know what is to be done and what is not to be done, ahankarat, you will be deviated from your goal. Vinakshayasi. There exists no other. There exists no other. The I among living beings, who knows what is to be done and what is not to be done, who knows what is beneficial.
Yeah, so he is saying, Baldev Devotion is telling, yeah, this is for Parinishthita Bhakti, which Krishna has been saying in last two verses. He is having little bit desire for his own sense gratification. For him, Krishna is saying, okay, you will come to me, don't worry, Mat Prasadat, by my mercy, you will come. Only do one thing, that you don't act as per your intelligence. Not as per your intelligence, I should say, but as you think. Okay, that's what here it said. Okay, as you think, but you should do as I have told. I have said out. Okay. And you should not do it out of your ahankar that, oh, I know better. Okay. Like that. Or my guru does not know so much. Or my Siksha guru does not know so much. Oh, Bhagavad Gita, sometimes it is wrong also, like that. Yeah. So you should not think like that and do what you want to do or what you like to do or what you think is right to do. By that way, you will not achieve your goal. What is your goal? Attaining Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka, like that. You will not attain like that if you do. But follow my instructions, then I will take you to the spiritual abode by my mercy, like that he is saying. Okay, any questions what we discussed?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji,
No.
both purports, I mean, both
Yeah,
commentaries, Prabhupada and Baldev Vidyabhushan,
yeah,
he address Krishna as friend of a devotee. So where it
correct.
is coming from, Prabhuji?
As a friend of this one, he
Ha,
always looks after his friend.
yes. In Srila Prabhupada, he says this, and in Baldev Vidyabhushan also he says that Krishna being the friend of a devotee, I the friend of my devotee.
Huh, yeah, yeah. Where specifically he is saying, mm, okay, yeah, Prabhupada is saying because Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying that,
Okay.
that is clear. And why Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying here, my grace, what if? Okay, I don't see anything in the verse which is there to say that. Maybe he is saying on his own.
Okay.
Baldev is giving an example that how a friend helps another friend. Like that, I will remove all your sufferings. Like that, he is giving himself. It's not in the verse. Like that, yeah. Just giving an example, and
Okay.
Prabhupada is taking from him. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll do one more verse and stop. Yeah, I think this is last verse of this section. No, see till 60 we have, right? Yeah, till 60. Okay, let's see if we are able to do 59. यद अहंकारात् आश्रित्य न योत्स इति मन्यसे मिथ्यैष व्यवसायश्च ते प्रकृतिस्त्वां नियोक्ष्यति. Okay. Gayatri Mata, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare
Mm,
Krishna.
Hare
If you
Krishna.
do not act, na karishyasi, according to my direction, and say iti manyase, because of false ego, ahankaram ashritya, I shall not fight, you'd say, your resolve is useless, mithya esha vyavasayate, your own nature, prakrititvam, will force you, niyokshasyati.
Mm, okay. Yeah. So basically, the yotse word before that also na is there. It is somehow missing in this. Okay. So na karishashi, na yotse. Na word is for both. Okay. Just like we have vacho vegam, manaso krodha vegam. Okay. So even though vacho vegam is there, manasa vegam is not there in the verse. But we understand manasa vegam is indicated by the first vegam. Okay. That is rule in Sanskrit. Okay, that is called Kakakshi Nyaya. Basically, the crow has only one eyeball. So whenever he uses one side, he turns the eyeball and then he goes to other to see this side. One eyeball only he has. So that is the Nyaya. So one word only na is there, but it should be used for both. Okay, na karishashi na yotse. Okay, that is missing here. Okay, so basically the verse is saying if you do not act according to my direction, okay, Krishna continues giving the warning. Then and say that out of your false ego, like last verse he said ahankarat. Again he said you take shelter of your ahankaram ashritya. I shall not fight. Na yotse. Then your resolve is useless. Mithya isha vasayahate. Your resolve determination is useless. Your own nature prakriti tvam will force you to fight. You will fight anyhow. Okay, you say I go for begging in the forest, you will fight there also. Somebody does not give you the food or arms. Okay, like that he is saying. Yeah, please read.
Arjuna was a military man and born of the nature of the Kshatriya, therefore his natural duty was to fight. But due to false ego, he was fearing that by killing his teacher, grandfather, and friends, he would incur sinful reactions. Actually, he was considering himself master of his actions as if he were directing the good and bad results of such work. He forgot that the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present there, instructing him to fight. That is the forgetfulness of the conditioned soul. The Supreme Personality gives direction as to what is good and what is bad, and one simply has to act in Krishna consciousness to attain the perfection of life.
Yeah. So same thing, Prabhupada is expanding that he was a military man and born of Kshatriya nature. So see, Krishna is not telling him to fight. You fight because you are Kshatriya. He is not saying like that. He is saying you fight because I am telling you to fight. So and Arjuna also did not fight because Krishna, so because he is Kshatriya. He fought because Krishna is telling him to fight. So he will say ahead in this chapter. So I have understood Nashto Moha Smritir Labdva Tvat Prasada Mayachyuta. Okay. By your mercy, Prasada, my illusion has been removed. And now I will do Karishya Vachanam Tava. I will do as you say. He is not saying that I will do because I am a Kshatriya. I will fight because I am a Kshatriya. So there is a big difference in this. I am a Kshatriya, so I will fight. Means I will do as per my nature. I understand what is my nature and I will do. Okay, that ahankar you have to give up. That Krishna is saying in this verse. You have to fight because I am saying, I am fighting because you are saying. Like that Arjuna is saying in the verse, in the later verses, now we will read. Karishya vachanam tava, like that he will say. So, but due to false ego, he was fearing that by killing his teacher, grandfather, he would be. So, as per his Kshatriya nature, he was fearing. So, Krishna told, okay, give up this skin disease. Prabhupada says that as a skin disease. Okay, thinking that this is my father, teacher. Obviously, they are there, but the Krishna instruction is higher. Yeah. So, he forgot Supreme Son Godhead was present and he was instructing me to fight. That is a condition of a conditioned soul, forgetfulness. Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
No one can ascertain his destiny as the Supreme Lord can. Therefore, the best course is to take direction from the Supreme Lord and act. No one should neglect the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the order of the spiritual master who is the representative of God. One should act unhesitatingly to execute the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that will keep one safe under all circumstances.
Yeah. So this we have been discussing quite a few times. Yeah. So we can see our life also when we don't act as per the direction of our seniors and guru and Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and as per the Bhagavad Gita and other instructions, in time we learn the lesson actually. Okay. That we will see in our life. Yeah. 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 Please read this.
For me, a Kshatriya, the highest dharma is to fight, but being afraid of the sin incurred from killing friends, I do not desire to start fighting. The Lord scolds Arjuna in this verse: your nature, Prakriti, will make you fight. Now you do not respect my words, but when you irrepressible natural desire to fight arises, then while fighting and automatically killing your elders like Bhishma, you will smile at me.
Yeah, so very, yeah, okay, I think we'll just read this full. Okay, this much only. Yeah, so basically he's saying, okay, as a Kshatriya, that is the highest dharma to fight. Mm. And but being afraid of sin incurred by killing the relatives, as in the first chapter he was saying that, oh, I will kill all this, then there will be actually this progeny will be destroyed, correct? And there will be all varnashrama will be destroyed, all these things will happen. I will be actually doing such a big sinful activity that all the future generations will be mixed varna, correct? Like that he was saying in the first chapter. Yeah, so Lord scolds Arjuna in this verse. Your nature will make you fight anyhow. Okay, you will fight. So as we were learning in the previous section of Jnana and in the previous chapters also, that one should work as per the prescription of the scriptures. What will happen? One will elevate from tamoguna to rajoguna to sattoguna, and sattoguna to beyond the gunas. He can elevate if you work according to prescription of the scriptures. And uh, and then what Krishna is saying, you work according to my instructions. Krishna word and scriptures are same, right? Dharmasya tattvam. Okay, not this. Okay, yeah. Sixth canto, he says that. Um, okay, Krishna's words themselves are the scriptures. That is there. So you will anyhow fight like this. Mm, yeah. Last verse will complete this. Swabhavajena yukaunteya nibaddhah swena karmana kartum nechasi yanmohat karishyasi avasho apitat. Santosh, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. O son of Kunti, Kaunteya, bound by your own work, swena karmana nibaddha, born of your own nature, swabhavajena, that which you do not wish to do, yatna ikshasi, because of illusion,
You will do helplessly even against your will. Avashahapi karishyasi tat. Yeah. So he is saying, yeah, so anyhow, you will do it against, as per your nature, basically, even against your will. If you go begging, you will fight anyhow. Okay, so bound of your own work. Actually, yeah, he is saying to others, not to Arjuna. Arjuna is obviously liberated soul. Yeah, so bound by your own work, bound of your nature, that which you do not wish to do because of illusion, you will do it anyhow. Okay, that's why don't do it out of ahankar. Don't think I am Kshatriya. Think that you are my devotee and do it for me. That is the point. And then Krishna will surely is going to conclude now Saradarvan Parityaja 66th verse. He will say that. Yeah, so that he is building up. Yeah, please read.
if one refuses to act under the direction of the Supreme Lord, then he is compelled to act by the modes in which he is situated. Everyone is under the spell of a particular combination of the modes of nature and is acting in that way. But anyone who voluntarily engages himself under the direction of the Supreme Lord becomes glorious.
Yeah, so that's what we were discussing earlier, that if one acts as per his own modes, as per the push of the planets, as per his graha at the time of his birth, to the degree he follows the instruction of the spiritual master and the books like Bhagavad Gita and Krishna's instructions, to that degree he will be free of his karma. Okay, so that's why Krishna instruction if we follow, and as I said that one gives up his independence, Prabhupada said it. When one gives up his independence, he will be free of the karma. Karmani nirdhati kintu ta bhakshi bhajam. So if we keep following our own independence, like here is being said, if we act according to the modes we are being directed by the material nature. That's all because of the astrological chart and all which is there. If we want to overcome that thing, then we have to work under the direction of Krishna and their representative. Then those things will not affect us because we are doing as per their instructions. We are not acting as per our nature, like that he is saying. Okay, please read.
Here the Lord expands the meaning of what he has just said. You are fettered by your actions arising from previous life impressions that give you qualities of the Kshatriya,
Yeah.
Swabhavajena.
Fettered means like somebody in the jail, he is locked his hands like that, or basically the legs have a big boulder attached to his feet, so he cannot move. He is bound by the boulder. Like that, one is bound by the three modes, by the planetary situations at the time of his birth. The planets are pushing him to work in that direction. One is actually bound with big boulders. But if you are actually wanting to be independent of such heavy karma, so many lifetimes you have been bringing, then just you act as per my instructions or the my representatives, like that. Yeah, that is a section of Bhakti Yoga. So next section, tomorrow we will discuss 61 to 63, and the purports are going to be bigger and bigger now as the Bhakti sections are coming, and the highest verse we will see Sarvadharman Parityajya, big commentary will be there. So that we will be, I think we will be able to do tomorrow. Let's see. So tomorrow, part 5 of this more confidential knowledge, surrender to the super soul. Okay, this is because just now it was described about Karma Mishra and Jnana Mishra Bhakti. The next level is Ashtanga Yoga, like that means which is higher than going for Brahman. Okay, because Jnana Mishra Bhakta will merge into Brahman. This super soul person also, he is a worshipper of not Brahman but Paramatma. He is considered higher than worshipper of Brahman, which is Jnana Yogi. Okay, so it's going higher. Now we will read this commentaries tomorrow. And then 64, 65, 66. They are very important verses. Okay. Any questions what we discussed till now?
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji,
Okay.
I just wanted to share my situation and
Yeah, yeah.
would like to understand. Like it was like 12 years back. I joined Vedanta Institute. I was having the curiosity to understand Bhagavad Gita. So, like when I joined, they were in the chapter like 14 or 15 chapter. So at that time when I joined, I was not able to understand. No doubt the teacher over there, she was trying her best to make the things understand, but it was like my position, I was not able to understand anything. Still I continued with the end of the chapter, and the things happened like there was corona, and that is the reason we were online, like, so they again started with the very first chapter. So I continued, but when they reached the seventh chapter, at the time when they come to the description, like the Lord doesn't have any form, so I was not convinced and I quitted. Like, so
Mhm.
was it what it is like? Is it like the understanding part or whatever we discussed today? Is it related to that? I just wanted to understand.
Okay, the institute which you are learning from, they are connected to Bhakti or
No,
they
Prabhuji, they are more into jnana.
okay, yeah. So yeah, so then ultimately you left and then you are continuing with Bhakti, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay, so now you feel convinced and you feel satisfied?
yes, yes,
Yeah. So yeah, my understanding would be that in past lives you have been practicing bhakti, and that's why that impersonal knowledge is not satisfying you, and you have the higher understanding that yeah, serving Bhagwan is the highest. Okay, that already you have the understanding in past life itself, and that's why now when you are coming in this life and you are coming across that teaching because you're already on a spiritual path, might have got attracted initially considering it as a spiritual path, and but you are not satisfied, then you came to the path you are trying to practice now. Correct. So that is a general, like many devotees also, they actually initially come across through the impersonal institute, and they are generally famous also, more famous than Bhakti institutes actually, and more in number also many times, and there are many of them. So it's not a big thing if we came across them, but it's good that we understood what our inclinations actually are. And it's very rare that somebody goes from bhakti to impersonal. Like we have example of Sukdev Goswami and four Kumaras. All these are like what we say in today's world, we will say those who are they have been converted, like from impersonal to personal. But they this is higher, so they actually came into so like that. So that is what my understanding, because you are not satisfied with that, so and now you are satisfied. So we have to understand that this is your path. Yeah. So yayatma suprasiddhati. Basically, Bhagavatam says, Savai pumsam paro dharma, yato bhakti adhokshaje. So ahetuki apratihata, yayatma suprasiddhati. So the bhakti only satisfies the soul actually, but one who has some glimpse of bhakti in the past life will never be satisfied with any other path. That is sure. And even if an impersonalist comes to this path, he will surely be satisfied. But bhakti yogi will never be satisfied with in an impersonal path. That is sure. Okay, because rasa graho jana, Bhagavatam says, once who has tasted little bit of taste of bhakti also, he cannot go back. No, that is an answer. That's what I understand about you. This. Is it okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Any other devotee has any comments? Any question? Okay, then we'll stop here and come back tomorrow and discuss the next part. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Namaskar.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Namaskar.
Dhanavad.
Hare Krishna.
Dhanavad.